Hi there. And what I think is another viable question is should people be told they have to, is more another good question I think that needs to be asked and raised when we're going into this question here is people, are they going to be forced to speak American English? Speak English. It's not English over in Europe English. It's over here in America speaking English. So we want to hear a little bit less politically correct, and you're going to cause me to have to try to figure out exactly what some dipshits might be saying about me or some other Americans. We're Americans here. We speak American English, so I can just say like a hick, I guess, sort of say like a hillbilly and say we speak American. We don't speak Anglo-Saxon or well, is that part of Anglo-Saxon? We speak that. Okay, we don't speak El Espanol, Spanish. We speak American over here. So I just wanted to say that here's an example. So you're walking down the street of LA. You take the wrong turn and you come across a vigilante gang. Wrongness, right? They're a gang. They mean harm and they mean business. So they're speaking their different language garbage, right? And what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to know exactly what they're saying. Usually you're going to be an American and caught off guard. Excuse me. So you caught off guard, and these guys are talking all kinds of trash, like how they're going to get you, let's get them. Or they're saying something about you, and they're not being cool, and they're not being American. They're not speaking American to you. They should be breaking the law if they're not speaking any American to me, American when I'm speaking American to you, I'm not gonna walk up to somebody and start speaking whatever bullshit you are speaking in my country. So I told this guy, he's a foreigner. He says that he came here legitimately, and he is. So he's been here for a while too. So I just said, well, for the people that come here, that are here, um, whatever, illegally or whatever, it's kind of a slap in the face if they don't. I guess they can become legal, if they're on a pathway to becoming an American citizen, one way or another. That's what I would prefer. And I'm not going to beat somebody up over um, um, anything less than um, being an illegal person here. You're not an undocumented citizen. There's no such thing as a undocumented citizen. So I think that they should ought to have to speak American, because if I went to Spain, I would be speaking Spanish. Okay? If I went to England, I'd be speaking English. Well, I mean, I already speak American English, but my translation would turn a little bit more into their maybe Anglo-Saxon type more, so Anglo-Saxon, I guess. But I get that from going, like, if you go to Japan, if I'm on a mission and I go there and I'm on there for official business and I'm coming back, it's one thing. But if I'm there, I do really need to learn their culture the best that I can. And if I'm going to have a prolonged stay and I decide I want to live there and become a citizen to Japan, and I need to learn how to speak Japanese. Point and simple. I'm not gonna run around Japan like with my head cut off like a freaking lopped-headed turkey or something like that. Going, do you understand? You don't understand me? But I'm American. I thought everybody spoke American. I thought everybody wanted to speak American. But anyways, should we monitor mosques? And I said in the description of this thing here, I wanted to look at it for a second. It says that I basically said, well, when I went to church, I had noticed that the preacher said that he had all of his sermons, everything that he said on the pulpit, everything, period, the guy had ever said in that church or in church was recorded and documented. So it's on tape. It's in American. You can go look it up. There's nothing to hide. So, so they're straight up with you, and they're not trying to twist your arm. They're trying to be as truthful as they possibly can, and they're not trying to be deceptive on your own ground. And on they want you to go by their terms when they're on your land, when it's sacred land. It needs to be treated like sacred property. People need to not be selfish. Like, that's how I learned how there were slaves still after the American Revolution was over, and that still went on. People had to use slaves if that's what they want to say. I heard that before, but it was because of corruption and greedy people. If there weren't corrupted, greedy people who actually did care more and were the ones that started with their own self, not telling somebody else, hey man, you need to give more of yourself. That's what you need to do. That's a typical politician's gonna feed that to me, and some people are gonna be like, you know what? He's onto something. I need to give more of me when I have like nothing, you know? I need to give more of myself. Guy who has absolutely nothing. I've built an empire of air and dust. That's just more of myself. You know, instead of somebody like John McCain or something like that, giving more of his self. He's a POW. He was a I mean, for crying out loud, give something back to your own cause, you know? I always looked at myself as somebody who believes that I would be um, endorsing my own cause, a cause that had occurred. Basically, if I became successful or whatnot, I would want to look at what did it take to get you to become successful like that. And I know that I would have been highly left in the dark if I didn't get an adult high school diploma. So that leads me to believe that, um, if I were rich or if I came across some money, a lot of money, that I would want to give back and contribute to something worthy, like what put me on a positive path, not negative, not a negative path. So I'm just saying, like there's adults out there, and they need to. Life is short, so life is really too short to hold a lot of grudges. So, make a long story short, I just wanted to get some answers. There's another um, video that you can look at the description of the video. You don't necessarily have to listen to the whole video, but I say that part. I didn't say that right off the bat. I said it at the end of the video, but you can look at the description and the topic, and you can leave a detailed description in the bottom. And if the Comment gets too wily, I will delete it. I will remove it. I need people to leave sound comments that sound like they have common sense. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Should should we monitor mosques in America, and should we make everybody speak American English? Thanks.